We may as well do this. Hey, you guys, it's August. I'm like, is it really August? I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth. And our first meeting for the month, and our first meeting since conference. No, we met second
No,
meetings.
we
Yeah, we
haven't.
met last week, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. So we are on track. Oh, I think someone needs one of these cards. So let me pull a card for us and then we'll get going. And we are digging into follow-up and relationship building. So this will be a fun training today. So let me see the card I got. Ooh, be inspired by others. I love this. Be inspired by others, compete within yourself. So one of my favorite sayings, I have a twist on. Comparison is the thief of confidence. You thought I was going to say joy. I know you did because that's what you hear. But comparison is the thief of confidence. Nothing can just squish you more
Mhm.
than comparing yourself. So be inspired by others, compete within yourself. Sometimes I look at what others are doing and I feel tempted to compete. And yet I only compete with myself. Oh, you know, I have an analogy for this. But I will look at the achievements of others as an example, showing me what can be done. I will think about how I can be better today than I was yesterday. Flip the switch from focusing on the other's results to measuring your own results. Compare where you are now to where you are headed. Oh, this is such a good card. I don't think we've ever pulled this before. So, I always, my analogy, of course, is my son who did pole vault, and it was just him against the bar. That's all.
Mhm.
Just him against that pole or that bar and how high he can jump today or in right now. So, it's you. And this is good too because, I just posted our little celebration graphics, and you're like, well, I want to be on there. It's like, okay, let's go. All right, Giles, let's go.
Right.
That's our new trademark. All right. That's the team. I was a little bit of that on stage, Julie and Jenna, who weren't and Connie, who weren't at conference, a little bit of me being a lot. A lot of me. Yeah. So we're going to do a little recap. So we are on week 6 of training, and I teased you a little bit in the comments because I was on the wrong week. And then I went and looked at our recordings. I was like, oh, we already did this one. But so week recap. So week 1, we talked on product knowledge and ingredient mastery and how we are focusing on the power of ABBI, what makes us. We don't have one key ingredient, but we do have our philosophy on how, our clean ingredients work, our blacklist that we have on top of the EU standards, which is just even better, blacklist of ingredients that we don't use, that we choose not to use. So we talked about, focusing on what, not necessarily the ingredient per se, but what it does for you. And then week 2 was consultative selling and personalized recommendations. So asking smart questions, open-ended questions about your or about their skin concerns and their goals. My favorite one is like, are you seeing results in the product you're using? Or what results have you seen in your current product? Because we don't. We like I've never like I always feel them or I'm using it because I know I need to use skincare, but really to see a big change and to track it is really big. And then we talked about storytelling and brand connection and sharing relatable stories. And you guys, I caught myself in that. And I want you guys to be thinking because I want you to share some wins. Yay, Montana's on camera.
Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy. There's a button on my laptop that blocks my camera, and I just had to slide it over and uncover the camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just. Sometimes the solution is way more simple than what we ever think. That could be a whole training right there. But I'll stick to my notes. But we did talk about storytelling and oh, I did this. I was talking to somebody about the product. I was like, look at my picture pictures. And then I laughed and I was like, Anita, remember your training? Like, she doesn't care what this old lady looks like. She wants to see someone more her age. And so then I shared her more, shared before and after pictures with someone who was more like in her age group. And so remember, know your customer and sell to them. Remember that game, apples to apples? Like, you know who you're giving that card to, right? You know what they're gonna guess. Know your customer. And then we talk about building trust and credibility. So authenticity by showing real results, being consistent, keeping promises, and then using on social media, using testimonials, using the before and after photos to reassure our clients. And then the last call we had was handling objections with grace and using the relax, relate, and redirect formula for handling objections. And we talked a little bit on addressing like maybe the price or the ingredients. And so this week we're going to do follow up and relationship building. And so, again, thank you guys for taking the time to be on. And I want to know, let's just take a minute or two to highlight like one or two success stories that you guys had within the last week or so. Would anyone like to share?
I had a client that just got a collagen not even a month ago, and she is already requesting more. She says she can't live without it. So that's a win.
It smells so good.
I'm like, girl, are you out? Are you bathing in it?
Yeah. Hey, it's okay. Let her go. It may be
I
a
know.
good
I
way to be
didn't.
out of it.
I just thought that. I didn't say it.
Oh, no, no.
I was
You're
like,
like,
I got you.
I've sold 3 items out of my retail bundle, which I
Yay.
just got today,
Wow.
2 days early.
you got it today too.
I got all mine
Wow.
today, too.
I did too.
Yay.
Well, mine got stuck, but I have some sold out of it as well. But mine's being flagged.
Is it still stuck?
No.
Yeah, it's waiting for clearance. It shows it's in Memphis, but they can't release it until it's cleared, is what it looks like.
Do you
So
need my help?
no, it's all in FedEx side now. I mean, they did get everything cleared, but it's just got to clear through FedEx.
Okay, okay, okay. So there's nothing that Joanna needs to do again.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was a tricky one. I thought we were over that. Thankfully, it doesn't happen all the time. And Janet's just a good sport, and she gets you get the prize. Yay! Emails back and forth with FedEx. Congratulations, Janet.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a win? One more.
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
Yeah. I had an older lady that was like, "Oh, it's too late for me." And I said, you never know. It might be just the right time." And she goes, "I just don't want to look any older." And I said, "We can help with that." So she bought it.
good.
Yeah.
Good. Did you share my mom's story? Maybe that's a little bit too dramatic, but her mom was dying and she still used her skincare. So there is
I
no
should have.
excuse. Yeah. Yeah. There's no excuse with that. So good job. Good job overcoming the objections and all of that fun stuff. So yay. So this week is going to be where our sales become relationships, and relationships are going to create loyal um, clients. So 80% of our sales happen after the fifth touch. I've heard seven and five. So go for seven. Why not? Aim, aim further, aim for more touches. But people are really busy right now. So when you don't follow up, no follow up often means that it's I'm giving a thumbs up. So people are busy. So if you don't hear back from them, it just means that they've forgotten. It's not necessarily that they are not interested. And follow up is going to build trust. It shows you care and it keeps them, or it keeps you in top of mind for them. All right. So in follow up, it's a mindset shift too, right? It's not pestering. You are doing your job. You are offering them a service. And so, a good tip on that too is give yourself permission. Tell them you're going to follow up with them because guess what? Then you have to because you're keeping your word. You're not pestering, but you're saying, okay, so we'll go through some more timeline and stuff of following up. But if you say, hey, I'm going to get back with you, or even if they do their scan and you might send them the link to their cart, say, you know what, I'm going to get back with you in about 3 days or 2 days, whatever you want and see if you have any more questions about the items in your cart. So right there, you're giving yourself permission or you're telling them you're following up. So when you follow up in 2 days, all you're doing is keeping your word and keeping your promise. So, make that little mindset shift for yourself. So, all right, how many follow-ups have you done in this past month? It's kind of hard to think about that. That's kind of a little bit too a little far away, but maybe even this past week or two. How many follow-ups can you think of that you've done lately?
5 this last week.
There you go.
I follow up with pretty much everyone.
Do you have a schedule or a way you track it?
No, but usually they're back sitting in my chair, or if like I tell them that I'll reach out when I see that their package is coming.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to talk about that a little bit too and dig deep into that. And Janet was giving us some okay. Janet gave some really good examples in our chat too of verbiage and stuff that she's going to do. So, all right. So, who thinks that they can do a little bit better at follow up? I know. And and when I kept bringing that up on my call today with corporate, but it's like, okay, when are we getting out of ship? When are we getting out of ship? And that's really going to help us do a really good follow up as well. But until then, and even then, we still should have a calendar or something and track when their orders are going to be coming and or when they're like 3 weeks into the product or 2.5 weeks, which seems soon, but when you think about it, 2.5 weeks into their product gives them about a half a week to, do the skin analysis again and then to get their order in. So I know the timing is going to be something that might be individualized based on your customer and what their usage is. And you're going to learn that about your customers too. Because we all know that in lab, all of a sudden it's like, um, it's empty. And don't try to bust it open because that doesn't work. My friend tried. Her husband's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "There's got to be more in here." And there wasn't. She had her hammer out and everything. So try to keep on track of that with your customers too. Okay, so now we're going to talk about we already started teasing with us a little bit, but the timing of your follow-ups. So the day they purchase, I feel like and interject too as you come up and we can even get a really good defined list to share with the team. But so the day they purchase, what do you do with your customer when you see an order come through? What do you do?
Send them thank you
Mm-hmm.
and post a thank you.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do that. Where do you post your thank you?
Like in my VIP and my personal.
Right on your personal page or in your stories? Right on your personal page?
Mm-hmm.
I send
I
them
haven't posted any
send
thank
an
yous.
email or a handwritten letter.
Yes. I haven't done it yet. I gotta get it in the mail tomorrow. Gosh darn it, Abby's too fast getting packages to people now.
I do send a goodie package when I have a new client, a new customer, a brand new customer. I
Yeah.
don't send it every time they order, just on their first order.
Right. Okay, what's in your goodie package?
the little pack of the disposable towels, wash towels, and a little lip moisturizer lip thing, and something else. Just 3 little things in it.
Okay. I put a little
Okay,
headband
thanks.
in mine too. You can even get those little wristbands for washing your face.
Yes.
I
I
love
can't remember
the
what my third thing is. There's 3 things in there. Janet, do you remember what I put in there? I showed you. I can't remember.
I'm trying to think because I've seen you pack them.
I know. I packed them. There's 3 things.
yeah.
There's my little thank you card with the little instructions front and back.
Yeah, I got that from
There's
Jen,
the
right?
napkins,
Not, uh-huh.
the lip thing, but there's a third little thing. I don't know. Something. It's a mystery to me.
Yeah,
Who
you'll think of
knows?
it later. You'll just blurt out something random and we'll be like, Christy,
What?
you
At
okay?
least I don't.
And you'll be like, I remembered.
Don't think I got the Tourette's.
Yeah. Okay, so when they purchase, that's what you're doing. Another thing, though, I did not hear is ask them or tell them, I tell, to take a before and after picture and guide them on taking a good picture.
We do that for sure.
Yeah, and I always say the bathroom is not your friend. If I am protecting you right now, and don't do your before picture in the bathroom because that lighting is gonna terrify you, and so I always make something, make it fun and something like that, when I do that with my follow-ups, and then give them some tips with the natural light. What are you thinking, Janet?
Oh, well, we were at this last vendor event. There was an older lady who ordered the Glow Trio from the website. Well, she got it Friday, I think it was. And so I had messaged her and told her it was out for delivery that day. And I said, don't forget, because we had talked about it in person about her doing a selfie. She's probably at least, I don't know, 75-ish. She's an older lady. Anyway, so I had already told her, get in front of a window where it's very well lit. She sent me her pictures this morning when I did the follow up to with her, because I like to follow up about 3 or 4 days after they've started using it to see what their first impressions are. So she sent me her selfie and she's outside. I'm like, this lady went outside. Let me show you. But I was proud of her. She sent me a couple. She said, pick which one you like best. And I just got tickled because I'm like, this 75-year-old woman went outside to send me her selfie, but it was a good selfie.
Oh, that is a really good selfie. And
I
how
know.
old? She does not look 75.
And I may be exaggerating. I don't know, somewhere in that area. But yeah,
Okay.
I just got tickled because I'm thinking some people ask to send a selfie. I'm like, I don't want to take a selfie. And then she does it. Like all of my people this morning sent me selfies. So I was proud of that.
Good. Yay. Yay. Okay, so then that's the first follow-up is the day that they purchase. And then let them know that you'll track their shipping, right? And so then you're going to your job is to um track their shipping, right? Is that what you guys do?
Yep.
And let them know their delivery date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else you do during that time?
Pray it gets there.
Yeah.
I actually use that time. So if I make a sale, of course I'm going to thank them. And then once I see it shipping, moving along, I use that time as some more relationship building. Like, I have to get my energy up and, pump them up about excitement and everything. And so I use that time when I do touch base again, once I see it's moving. Just I might say, did you have a good weekend this weekend? And they may tell me, oh, I got my grandkids this weekend or whatever it is. And we just keep a little conversation going, like just a little personal, nothing about the business, just so we can work on that friendship, basically. And then I always say, I'm going to let you know when it's out for delivery. So that gives me another reason to message her. And I
Yep, you
always
just
say, yeah. And I always, try to pull some little personal thing that she might have told me from the time before, because it's all in my messages. I can look back just to kind of kindle that friendship a little bit more. And the next thing you know, I'm going to ask for a selfie. But I don't ask for all that up front. I like do little bits and pieces. But by the time they've tried it for a week, we probably have already had 4 conversations.
Wow, okay. Um, I'm making notes. Um, it'd be fun to like really to fine tune a good checklist for the team. So, hey Lily. Hi Lily. Hi.
She said hi.
She did perk up, huh? She's like,
Right.
"Oh." And so then so you're gonna track their shipment and then when they get their product, so maybe like the day I say it's not even too soon, the day after they get their product. Let me see, what order do we want to do? The day they get their product, maybe send them some usage tips because I think if you send that too soon, if they're like me, they need to be holding the product and looking at the product. So I would rather have some little pro tips on how to use it once they have the product in their hands. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I have a video made, a 2-minute video that I send them. So I have one already pre-made of a DIY and pre-made of the in lab. And that's what I do. I send them the 2-minute video. So they have no doubt of how to use it. Told
Very
you, I am a planner. When I have some time, I get my bathroom, I like put my camera up, get me a quick video. Like I have all these sitting in my photos so I don't have to think about it the day they get it.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, very good, very good. And then even after the day after they get it, message them and say, how does your skin feel? How did it feel after your first use? And then if they say they didn't use it, oh, I haven't used it yet, say, okay, I'll check back tomorrow. You want them to open up that product and use it. Julie, you're on mute. If you were trying to say something, I know your phone's getting ready to die. Go get a charger. Run.
No, I gotta go to bed soon anyway. It's past my bedtime.
It
I
is.
get up at 4.
That's
Um,
early.
I had somebody the other day who said that they hadn't used it yet, and I said, "Well, because she hasn't used it yet because they go on the boat and they go to the beach." I said, "It doesn't matter." I said, "Just use it once a day in the morning. You can still go out in the sun. It's fine. At least you're putting it on and giving it a try." So we'll see if she decided to do that.
Yes, I did a video once. I was like, I have a secret. This doesn't work when it stays in the bottle.
Love that. So genius.
Love it. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't work when it's in here. So you love that video. Thank you, Jenna. I guess like I wish I wouldn't have to go to work after Joanna's calls because I'm always so inspired to do so much content. And then I was like, but I have to go to work. So, but yeah, so Julie, and then encourage her after you get her to use it once a day, then encourage her to use it twice. So that will be those are stepping stones, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll catch the rest. You're gonna video is taped.
It's taped.
Thank you.
It's being recorded.
Bye, lady.
But just like I told my
Record.
son today, I was like, yeah, I listened to the book on tape. And I was like, oh, Anita, the Audible. But yes, it's recorded, so I'll post it.
All
Thank
right, thank
you.
you.
Thanks for hopping
Night
on.
night.
Night.
Bye, Julie. So
Why?
day after, we're going to ask them how their skin feels. And if they tell you they haven't used it yet, say, okay, do you, you can say, when do you think, it can go both ways, I guess. You could say, when do you think you're going to use it? Do you think you'll use it tonight? Or you can say, okay, I'll check back with you tomorrow and see how it feels after your first use. And then I think I would go that route and then just being a little bit more pushy or not pushy, sort of say, but just encouraging them to use it because if you tell them you're going to follow up with them tomorrow, then they're probably going to use it. And it's getting them to use it the very first time. And then once they do that and then get into the system, then they're good, right? It's that scary first step because they might not know what they're doing unless you have a 2-minute video that you share like Janet did. Who's going to go make a 2-minute video?
Everyone needs one.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so
And
then,
store it in your notes.
yeah.
Janet taught me that. Store everything in your notes so you can just go find it with a nice little heading.
Oh, yep, there you go. Yep, okay. I started. Now remind me where my notes are, okay? So then, so what you want to do then, maybe like this is we're recommending here a week later, follow up again with another tip or a usage hack. What is your follow up, Janet?
Usually, so I get my beginning selfie when they get their product. Like if I message them and say, I see your order is moving along, it's showing expected to be delivered on Friday. Um, um, by Friday, I'm already seeing like exactly when it's going to be delivered because it'll say out for delivery. So when I message them and say it's out for delivery today, be watching your mail. I go ahead and ask, don't forget before you ever start it, I want you to take a selfie picture. And I always tell them, and I'm not going to share your picture with anyone unless you give me permission. It'll just be a side by side that me and you can look at. Definitely you want to put that out there because a lot of people don't want their face on Facebook. But that is the day that I know it's going to be delivered. It's out for delivery. I don't necessarily check back the very next day, but within 1 to 3 days, that's when I'm going back and saying, okay, I'm busting at the seams. And I literally say that to find out what your first impressions are. I like the words using first impressions because I want to know like their first thoughts and I want them to feel that I'm excited to hear what they're going to say. But then I do wait about a week that from the time I knew they started using it. Because maybe if I messaged them and, like you said, they had said, I haven't started it yet. Because one of my ladies, all of my ladies got theirs Friday that ordered last week. And one of the ladies said, oh man, should have known it would come today. I'm out of town for the weekend. I'm not going to be back until Sunday, but I'm going to use it Sunday night. I said, just like you said, I'll check back with you on Monday then. This morning I checked. She said, oh my gosh, my face has never felt this good. I was like, I told you. No, but yeah, so my 1 to 3 day on that first impression is really dependent on a few things, like if my life is busy and I didn't have time to do it, or but within 1 to 3 days, I'm definitely going to always message and ask about that first impression.
I like that verbiage too. So yeah, and then the week later, and even you can say, we might not see any change, but I would love for you to snap another picture and then we'll throw it side by side. And then I would do that a month, every month, then get a new picture. Um, if they'll do it. So my friend, like, I just checked in with her and she sent me a picture, but she used that nasty bathroom lighting. And I could tell, I'm like, all right, let me throw it in the scan. But so then I was like, well, you're going to be due for a reorder. Do you want to scan or would you like me to upload your picture for a scan? Because you have it right there. And so I uploaded the picture and I was like, okay, here are your results. They just sent them to you when you're ready. And then for her, we decided that she'll take a better picture and better lighting. But And then I did do some recommendations of products as well, just based on what I'm seeing in her skin. Not necessarily recommendations on the like the core ingredients. I'm gonna let the scan do its job and recommend that, but more so on the essentials. I was like, yeah, let's get you going on some eye cream, okay?
And that's how I sold up. So I shared in the group chat that one of my customers has purchased 3 times since she's gotten hers through my personal stock, the essentials
Mhm.
and well, and the tanning drops. But yes, so when I am getting these little personal conversations started, well, number one, I know they're watching me on Facebook, or my lives or things like that. And I'll say, did you catch my live? I showed the tanning drops. Like, I had a customer that wanted to know, like, how long is the tanning drops going to last? So I did a test, and Christy can vouch for this. On the Friday before we did our Saturday event, I just did a little spot on top of my hand. That little spot, I haven't only done it, but that one time is just now fading away. That was
Idea.
Friday before last.
Mhm.
So like 11 days now. That was just that one little spot. So I was able to talk about that. I'm like, look, was using it one time. Yeah, it looks funny on my hand because I was showing a demo of how it actually changes in about 30 minutes of doing it. And so anyway, long story short, this girl had ordered. I had been talking to this girl I shared with you, Nita, for months. Actually, she had gotten on my nerves so bad. Christy will tell you, I, in plain words, told her, when you are serious about wanting to try it, we will talk on the phone, because I couldn't get it across to her any other way. And I was tired of fooling with her. I was like, I was just gonna write her off, because she would ask questions all the time, every time I went live, but she would never order. Well, it just, when we were in the Christmas and July party, it got her attention. She was in the last party that we had, never
Mhm.
commented, never done anything. Anyway, so she ordered. She sent her husband to our vendor event to buy the
Oh yeah.
exfoliating
Uh-huh.
wash. She has already messaged me. She's waiting on the eye contour to come in now, and adding the tanning drops too, because she watched my videos and she would ask me questions. So it gave me the opportunity to upsell those things, because I was able to, answer her questions for her, because we were doing them friendly conversations.
I like that.
So now she's my friend.
Yeah. Now, she just needed to build up the relationship and the trust with you.
Right.
Yep. And so then 3 weeks again later, ask them, remind them to reorder. And again, soon we'll have that. Well, but if they don't sign up for the auto ship, they won't have those automatic reminders. So I would still get a good system going for your tracking, whether it's a paper calendar or however you feel like it's best to track your customer and their progress in the orders. I say start, you might say, well, I just have 2 customers. It's like, well, let's start now. Get a good system in place, even, with 2 customers, because that is going to eventually grow. And so then, dang, it's 5:30 already. So then, when you're following up, use their name, reference their goals, and the last conversations, Janet touched base on that. And then also, and this is one of the things with being curious and stuff like that, but tie your follow-ups into, like, maybe they've mentioned they have a wedding coming up or a trip coming up or a skin concern. So you can follow up based on that too. And helping them get ready for that special occasion as well. So those are all really good. I guess the whole, like, do you have a big, anything big coming up that you want to get your skin in shape for? That's a really good consultative selling type approach and question. So you have a timeline. They have a time. They've just spoken their timeline to you. And so you can help them follow up and stay on top with that. And then it also helps you be that relationship, that ambassador, whatever, your skin confidence coach, whatever fun name you want to give yourself. You can be that for them and follow up, but be a good, human and see how the wedding went or whatever, their vacation. And then again, we want to share skincare tips. Janet just posted, she's sharing recipes on her timeline now of recipes of like foods and stuff that help your skin. So get creative. We all have Chat GPT. We can do that, give skincare tips. You know what, you guys too, I'm going to redo the month of social media posts too, because I didn't really put in any educational tips in there too. So I need to go and add some educational tips because that's very, very important. And then again, we're talking about before and after, sharing stories like that, seasonal skincare advice, depending on where you are. You might have um, some seasonal stuff happening right now. I think of like getting cold and chapped skin in the winter for some of you.
I did a good live because I had a terrible breakout a couple weeks ago. Well, last week actually. It looks good now. It's all gone because I used number 10.
Oh, number 10
And
saved my butt before conference. Yeah.
I was just completely raw with them in there. I was like, look, I'm having a breakout. I've got some major things going on in my family. Stress will cause things to happen. And that's when I pulled in the DIY. This is why I like to have my DIY handy to tackle those daily things that are going to come up in our life. And it was true. It was like I had a lot of stress. My face was broke out. I was like, just run with it. It's real life. They can't see us like trying to feel like we think we're perfect by any means because
Yeah.
we're not. But the more they see us talk about the personal things, I think it resonates with them more.
That's so true. So smart to do that.
So a question, Anita, are they gonna ever like change the names on the active bottles so that we are aware of what, and our customers are aware of what each of them is for, or come out with, the brochure that's all in English and we know what it is?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely on the list of things to do is get the labels in English. Yeah, yeah.
Helpful.
Yeah, and I saw today sneak peek of the new website and the
Ooh.
new app, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Baby steps. I think one change that's going to come out because there's so many big things in it, like reports and all of that stuff. So we need it now. But then there'll be a really, really big later down the road because we have, I don't know if how many of you met Paul or never mind. But anyway, we have some help coming that we'll share with you guys a little bit later. Sorry. Yeah.
Are you spilling the tea?
I accidentally maybe did. So let's just oops. But we do have some really fun website stuff coming up. So
Is he like an IT person?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that part, but I know who Paul is.
Yeah, he was running around conference, so a lot of you got to meet him. So yeah, he sat at dinner with us at the um no, he sat at dinner with us the one night. So must have been Friday night.
Me and Montana's convinced he's on the show we watch.
What show?
Designated survivor.
What is it
What?
called?
Designated Survivor.
Go watch it. He looks just like him.
Okay. All right. We'll have to ask him. Yeah. So then we're going to add value. We just talked about that, right? The seasonal advice, the skincare tips. Hey, I mentioned like, and you can even ask them in part of your consultative selling to them. Do you have any, are there certain times a year you see more issues than other, and then you can just keep track of it. One good way to do that too is just like index cards in a little recipe box. Oh yeah, I used to have that for my other customers. I don't even know where it's at right now. But if you put index cards like in a recipe box, and then you can just sort it by date or by follow up, and then you can make little physical notes right then there on the index cards. But ask them about it, and then when that time comes around, make sure you say, "Ooh, we know it's starting to get dry. Let's add some extra hyaluronic acid," or maybe you want the simple solution DIY kit to add to your core base. So but yeah, because I think a lot of the times at first people are going to just want the easy button, the in lab, which is good, and then you can gently introduce them too. So it gives you more opportunities to introduce more things too. So okay, so let's go. We are keeping you guys. So
I'm going to drop one more little piece of advice that
okay.
I do, because a lot of people have problems asking for the referral. The referral, you should be asking for referrals when they get their order and they're like so excited because it felt so good. I've never felt this before. Or after you give them a week and you do another selfie or something and you show them their change, that is when you need to ask for your referral. When you put a side by side together and they see the change, because they're just like us, they're not going to see it until we put that side by side together. That is when I go in for the referrals. I hype up whatever it is I saw the difference. Like I pinpoint what I see different because they're probably still not going to see it until you point it out. And after, so that back to our friendship conversation, we're chatting about the differences that we're seeing. And then I will ask them if any of your family or friends might be interested in, can I send you my link? And you could even ask some of your closest friends if they want to scan and get that analysis as well. If you're not asking for the referral, you're not going to get the referral. I'm just going to point blank say that. It's going to have to be like an amazing opportunity for them just to flock to you because someone used it. But you've got to figure out what's the sweet spot for yourself where you're comfortable to ask for the referral, not a post on Facebook, like a real conversation about the referral. So that's very important.
That is so good. Yeah. And
But it needs to be after you've built up a little bit of a relationship with them, you've showed them or they've seen the change, like I'm not talking a month. I don't wait a month. I'm getting a selfie once a week for my people so that I can put them side by side. But whenever everybody's timing is going to be different. I'm just sharing what I've been doing. And does it work every time? No. But if I'm consistent with it, they will come.
yeah. And I put in the comments over on the side. So first use check in. Hey, just wanted to check in. How's your skin loving its new Abby so far? A seasonal tip. Hey, as the weather changes, our skin changes too. Here's my number one winter glow hack. Or even like for summer, I would say the spots, it's like, hey, here's my summer hack is to stay ahead of the sun, all the sun damage maybe, or don't word it like that, but have fun with it. I love this number 3. Hey, remember that vitamin C in your Abby? It's what's giving you that bright, even tone.
Yeah, that's good.
Reminding them of the value of the ingredients, and you can use the chat on your app. You can use that and say, hey, what's a good highlight of this product that I can share when I check in with my customer who's using even if they're not using an essential and you don't know, like what in-lab ingredients they're using because it's in the back office, it's on their order. So you can say, hey, my customer's using in-lab number, blah, blah, blah. What's a good, what's something that they should maybe be seeing by week 3 or something like that. But I don't know if she'll answer you, but you can try. But this is our current app. And then it has right down there, AI chat Abby. Hey, I read that backwards. So you can just put that in there and then ask her questions. And even I've been doing it. What was my last one? Here are 3 highlights of the soothing regenerating oil. Hey, I know I saw you got that and you're getting your, brightness, whatever. So just it takes a little bit of research, but you know what they're using and it's builds more of a relationship. And I love this happy skin anniversary. Guys, I love that verbiage. It's been 3 months since you started. Abby, how's your skin journey going? And so by then, though, you're getting monthly pictures, but you can still send them happy skin anniversary. It's been 1 month. Let's reorder. You can even, put that in there with your reorder comments. But so you have fun with it. And match your personality. If you're playful, be playful. If you're not playful, don't be playful. They'll be like, "Who are you?" So really, you match your tone and just have fun with it. Talk to them like they're a friend because they are your friend. So I have a challenge for you all. So reach out to 5 past clients or okay, let's look at this. Hold on. Reach out to 5 past clients in the next 24 hours with a value-based tip or check-in. You might not have 5 clients, and that's okay. Track who replies and note their feedback for future follow-ups. So let's say, okay, so we're going to reach out to 5 of our clients with a value-based tip. I would do this exactly. Hey, my client's on this, this, and this. What's a good tip? So I can reach out to them. And then you can, so maybe it's someone who's scanned and you haven't gotten them to close the sale yet. You could even reach out and give a little tip. Hey, I saw this. Just looking at these ingredients or whatever this product that's in your cart. Just real quick, let you know that when you decide to move forward with it, this is the change you're going to start seeing or something like that. But keep in relationship with those people who still have items in their cart too. Anyone have any better advice on that? If you don't have to follow up, any other better verbiage for a scan? Because I know I have some, you guys, it's like, I've sent you the link, just hit pay, just do it.
Well, I had a conversation this morning with someone who has messaged a couple of times under my lives or my post or something, but's never even done the scan. But she's very consistent with commenting when I'm live or something like that. And I've messaged her personally several times and she never responds. She even gave me her phone number, but didn't answer when I called. She put her phone number on Facebook. Anyway, so one of my non-negotiables is I do follow-ups every morning while I'm drinking my coffee. That's the reason all that stuff was fresh on my mind this morning. I was like, oh, I should share some tips or whatever, because I was getting some good results and good responses this morning. Anyway, so she finally told me this morning that she just really didn't know where to start. I suggested doing the analysis. She didn't respond. And I said, okay, let me ask you one question. What do you want to see change in your skin? She started spitting things off. I was like, okay. I said, because I can actually tell you what can work for you for that change. So we're back and forth in conversation. So she's one of them people again that I've been trying to nail down, but we're doing it little pieces at a time, it looks like. But
Yep.
that's what got her to respond back to me.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you would like to see change. Because it can be overwhelming if they get in that shopping site. Like they're like, oh, how do I know what to pick? Not everybody wants to do the analysis. So I don't know. I'll let you know
But that is
when I
amazing.
nail her down.
Yeah, amazing consultative selling right there. You're just asking questions, you're just being curious. That's all.
Yep.
And you're building relationships while you do that because you care. So now remember, guys, as we close up, a sale is a transaction, but follow-up is the transformation. Ooh, a sale is a transaction, Follow-up is the transformation. That's so good. And that's how you go from being someone who sold them skincare once to being their trusted skin coach for life. That's so good.
What was it? The follow-up is what?
It says, remember, a sale is a transaction, but follow-up is the transformation.
Like that.
Yeah, let me hear. I love that. And then if we want to do next week, if we want to continue more on with the follow-up for those of you who are at conference, who were sat at the table with Kim and Jenny, they did follow up. If you have some fun tips in that, we can talk. Send me a note if you think another follow-up call would be good. Sharing some of that information. That training though will be on Abby in Action, so maybe we can wait and build on it from then as well. So, but just kind of feel it out, see what you want to do, see what feels right, and then I'll let you know next week will be week 7. And it's social selling and personal branding. So gosh, we did a lot of this at conference. A lot of it. So we can have fun and dig into it a little bit more next week. So, all right, so do your follow-ups and do your 2-minute videos.
Me and Montana may miss next week.
Oh, what you doing?
We gonna be on a cruise.
Fun.
But we have social media, so if we can swing it, we might be on here.
On. Well,
I will have my computer with internet, so maybe we might be available.
I'll kick you off. That's okay.
I may not be available as well. I'm going on vacation.
Dang. All right. So we might we'll see. Let's see what happens for next
Never
week.
know.
Yep, you never
right.
know. Oh, someone's just trying to join, but okay. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for being on. I appreciate you.
We appreciate it. It was a very good call.
Good, thank you. I'll see you guys
Bye.
maybe next week. Connie's on vacation on the 18th for 2 weeks. Ooh.
Oh, well, that's a nice vacation.
She goes big
I was just
every
kidding.
time.
Honey,
Connie
2
goes on
weeks. Where you
big
She
going?
don't do no weekend getaways. I'll just tell you, Connie's
Honey,
all
going on a
about
cruise too?
going to an island somewhere. No.
You're not going on